Shar said, tossing her red ponytail. But didn't you have to sign something about being an impartial judge, Blondie? She used Sharon's high school nickname. And not letting personal relationships with the contestants influence your decision-making? Yes. Sharon lifted her chin. And I will be impartial. My judging will be based solely on taste and presentation. Too bad Lester's won't, said white-haired B. Anderson, the third and final bake-off judge and longtime owner of Anderson's Bakery, as she joined our conversation. Patsy Morris has won the competition every year for the past 9 years. That's what happens when you sleep with the head judge. Shar waggled her eyebrows at me in Groucho Marx fashion. Maybe you should reconsider your Lester aversion. I shuddered. Not in this lifetime. Adjusting the boho cotton scarf around my neck, I straightened my 3-tiered dessert stand of peanut butter blossoms. My cookies can stand on their own. Yes, they can, my fellow musketeer Sharon said, and they will if I've got anything to say about it. Teddie, how come you haven't entered the contest before now? Bea asked. I was too busy with my job. And then the cancer and treatments took me out of commission for a while. 5+ years earlier, I'd been diagnosed with breast cancer, requiring a mastectomy and chemotherapy, followed by a second mastectomy less than a year later. The cancer was a wake-up call. It made me realize life is short. Too short for me to be stuck in a boring government job rather than pursuing my passion. I took early retirement, did some traveling, and followed my lifelong dream of becoming a writer. Since then, I've had 4 Kate and Callie mystery novels published, including the recently released A Dash of Death, my first USA Today and Amazon bestseller. I finished the first draft of my book and am letting it rest a while before I come back to it with fresh eyes to slash, burn, and rewrite, I said. So this was the perfect time to enter the contest. Shar filched a cookie from the bottom tier and took a big bite. Yum! You've definitely got my vote. You don't get to vote, Charlotte Jorgensen, said Sharon. Only the judges. In a gesture well honed from being the mom of college-age twins, she placed her hands on her hips and shook her head at our freckled friend. I can't believe you just did that. Yeah, I said, adjusting the cookies to cover the empty spot left from Shar's cookie theft. Hands off the goods, Cookie Monster, until after the judging. Sorry, my bad. Brady Wells arrived and snaked his arm around Shar's waist. What's my girl gone and done now? You need to arrest her, Sheriff, said Sharon, only half joking. She stole one of Teddie's cookies before the judges even had a chance to sample each contestant's entry. Is that true? Brady asked, giving Shar a mock stern look. She held up her hands. Guilty as charged. I've been a bad girl. Guess you better handcuff me and take me away, she said playfully. Brady blushed above his uniform collar. Get a room, you two, I said. Although it would be nice if you could wait until after the judging. That judging commenced half an hour later. Sharon B. and Lester stopped by each of the top 10 contestants' tables inside the spacious tent to taste test the first entry of the competition, cookies. Contestants had been instructed to bake their favorite cookie using an original recipe of their own, or one handed down through family generations. I'd had a hard time deciding which cookie to enter, so a couple weeks ago I had enlisted Shar, Brady, and, reluctantly, my mother to do some taste testing in advance. Shar wasn't much help. She'd never met a cookie she didn't like. You definitely need to make your peanut butter blossoms, she said after inhaling 3. I mean, peanut butter and chocolate? What could be better? Fuddy Mom Buckles, said Brady, brushing the powdered sugar from one of the fried dough cookies, they're pronounced Fuddymon Buckles, off his uniform shirt. You know I love your Fuddymon. My grandma's Fuddymon, I corrected him. She got the recipe from her grandmother, who brought it over from Norway. The name translates to poor man's cookies,